Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for providing me opportunity to evaluate Jack's speech. Of course, in Toastmaster, we have a different types of speech categories depending on in which category or which manual the speaker is speaking, and that dictates the rate of evaluation. So today, of course, I was not aware from which manual our speaker spoke, but I assume that is one of the manuals that the speaker put it out. But in today's speech, I would like to critically give you some feedback, so good point, and some weak point where you would like to amplify yourself. Of course, the title of Jack's speech was Yuck Factor, and based on that yuck factor, I found that our speaker, Jack, came over here and he started speaking very well and confidently. And it looks like you have prepared that speech for a while, but when I see that agenda, you just got up and started giving this speech. That wonders me how well you are confident and be prepared to provide this speech. That was awesome. And when you spoke, of course, you were confident, very good gesture. You were looking this side of the table, that side of the table, gesture, eye contact, and the pace of the speech was so awesome. And the tone was up and down with the particular stress you provided. That was awesome. And from the beginning to the end, I was able to understand all part of the speech. And talking about the person came from Uganda and his surprise environment when he went to the hotel, and also how he was able to prepare by himself to become one of the well entrepreneur in that type of area. So that was awesome and very much inspiring, and I enjoyed your speech, and of course all portions of the speech was very well prepared. Only thing what I can see is that you could have surprised us by saying, hey, how many of you guys throw soap when you go to the hotel, or something like that. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, you were well prepared and very well given response. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh. And our next evaluator is Tracy, who will be evaluating Jim's speech. All right, well, greetings, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and June. It's my pleasure to give this evaluation of your speech today. First off, thank you so much for being one of the people that says, I'll do it. Speaking for me, I don't mind doing evaluations, table topics, any of the other roles, but for some reason, giving a 5 to 7 minute talk is such a hurdle, but I really commend you for just being willing to do it, first off. Secondly, to come up here with a fully, I think, thought out theme, and jumping right in, you gave an outline. I don't know how much, if you've been thinking about this subject before you came in today or something, but you had an outline of 3 points that you were going to talk to us about. And for the most part, you stuck with your outline. I didn't notice as much when you switched from the first to the second and the second to the third. I think you could have said, and now, something to kind of recall for us that you are following an outline. There was a moment where you actually went back. You said, oh, wait. And you went back to something that you might have forgotten to say. The other thing was the conclusion. I didn't hear much of a conclusion other than, okay, well, that's it. And I don't remember exact words, but it was very quick. I would like to suggest that next time, if you were to give a speech like this, I think it would be valuable to end with, today I've told you these 3 things, how to avoid it, what the history is, in the order that you actually covered it, and make it important to all of us. I think we might all have a sense that mercury is bad. Obviously it's bad, it's poisoning, it's toxic, and But if you made it important to us to protect ourselves and our families from, I don't know, mental illness or something that would come from mercury poisoning, I think that would be like really sell it, make the end. But it was a really good speech, and gosh, I mean, all the vocabulary that you put in new information technology, kind of covered technology a little bit. I wonder if you want that evaluated as maybe the how to say it speech. I think it's around speech number 7 or something like that. If you'd like, I'll do that. But great speech. Thank you very much. I think just stick to the structure that you laid out. You did a good job with that. So make it all the way. All right.
Thank you, Tracy. I would like to get the timer's report for the evaluations.
Sure. Ramesh spoke for 2 minutes 53 seconds. Tracy 2 minutes 23 seconds. All within the limit.
All right, thank you. I will do my grammarians report from up here. Just handing them right here. Hey Heather, will you give the grammarians report? Yes, sure. So, I was getting busy paying attention to kind of how the meeting was going, and then I would get sucked into what you guys were talking about, and I would forget to keep track of the ums and the ahs. So